first impressions of your quarterback there last night. You all in on CJ Stroud?
He looked like me on a couple of them, Dan.
You know what they should have done, Sean? They should have blocked for him. They should try that.
That'll help. That will help, especially for a guy who's probably not going to lead the league in rushing from the quarterback position. Dan, and this is going to sound odd when I say this, but in a first preseason game when you're getting 4 throws, and it's like with your great jump shot, 4 jumpers, you're not getting into rhythm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Dan, when you see a guy swim on top that's smooth, but underneath their feet are paddling, that's what happens. Even though it's a preseason game, things move faster. You saw in high school, you get away with staring it down. In college, get away. On the interception, the longer you hang in the pocket in zone and your eyes go to the receiver, they're just driving on it. And so he played right into their hands. I love the fact that we have to go back now and fix that. Because if he forces it and it gets in there, guess what he's thinking? Ooh, I can make that throw. And then in September, it's a whole different ballgame because linebackers can outrun running backs, and these guys will do that. So I thought there was a few things to like. They do not have any depth on the offensive line, Dan. They've got to stay healthy and get Titus Howard back, but that will be paramount for them. But he's really good in the pocket. You saw him escape one time. They're going to live with him delivering the ball on time. Great lesson of vision and getting through your progressions. And it's going to be like that for a minute, Dan. It's a brutal position to play, and the expectations are high.
But also, you have somebody that they're going – I mean, you drafted him. You want him to play right away. But is he ready to play right away? Davis Mills is a better quarterback than CJ Stroud right now. Is that fair to say?
100%. Dan, I went into this. I get asked this question about – and Davis is – and he should be further along, even though they're both in a new offense. You just see things a little – the picture becomes a little clearer, right? Because you understand the timing of it. The Davis Mills went through 2 years ago in camp when he was a rookie. Here, for me, it's this. I get asked, well, when do you know the rookie should be starting in a game? They're never ready. The question is, how quickly do they go and can handle the failure and successes that go with sustaining good play for 17 games? For Davis Mills to win this job, Dan, the reason you draft a guy second is what, Dan? You're telling the building, we don't believe we have our starting future superstar at quarterback. So you go draft CJ Stroud, but you have a guy that's pretty good in Davis Mills that now needs to be on a better team, and he is. For Davis Mills to win this job, Dan, if you saw last night, which you did, Davis Mills plays like the whole preseason, and CJ Stroud looks like he did last night. The gap is so wide, you have to start Davis Mills for the one reason. I can't worry about one guy's feelings over 53 guys that I owe that to give me the best chance to win. If it's even or close, you play the rookie. And I'm not worried about if it's a fragile personality, if he throws 3 picks, because if he does and can't overcome it, I'm going to find out real quick if the guy wilts during tough times or steps up. And I talked to Kirk Herbstreit this morning, Dan, and he said the one thing, he said, everything says Stroud's going to be good. The one thing he's got a little bit of is rabbit ears where criticism may affect him, or going to go through that. And it's the wrong position to play. I saw some good things, but Mills is going to have to distance himself for them to make the vital decision to play him, because Mills, if he throws a pick in the first game, what are they going to say, Dan? Why aren't we starting the rookie? I'm not worried about personalities. I'm worried about what's best for the team. Stroud's got some strides to make.
And sometimes you'll look at a quarterback and then he plays in a system, like Alabama quarterbacks. It'd be like, oh, okay, they're sort of the same. And then all of a sudden you look at Ohio State quarterbacks and you go, okay, is CJ Stroud like Justin Fields? And the answer is no. He's not able to be what Justin Fields is. He's a better passer. But, I mean, people are going to try to compare them and like, wait, I thought, they're both Ohio State quarterbacks. CJ Stroud is more of a – now, he did run a little bit when he faced Georgia, but Justin Fields, that's all he did his rookie season.
Right, Dan, you know what you'd like? You'd like the pocket awareness and presence of C.J. Stroud and the monster ability of Fields and put them together, which we've got a handful of guys in the league that are like that. Listen, we are enamored with the guy that extends plays. But, Dan, we can go back in time, and I don't care how long it is. Super Bowls and championships are won from that hula hoop in the pocket and then extend, not the other way around where you're a runner first and, oh, by the way, throw from here. So it's a good place to start for Stroud. But, Dan, defenses are smart too. They know that you're going to try to make him escape east and west because that's not been a strength. Yet when he had to call upon it in that game against Georgia, he was phenomenal. But it's not a natural comfort level for him. but throwing it is. So I'm okay with where we got to start as the base, but he's also got to learn to throw the ball out of bounds and realize the hero syndrome affects rookie quarterbacks. They think they got to make every play, and you don't. The defense will be better, but in a quarterback that doesn't move, the offensive line will be paramount and dictate their success this year.